Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. And today, it's going to be some cheesy stuff featuring Florencio. He's been learning Zerg and Terran. Nobody is safe on the ladder from Florencio. Bottom right-hand corner is the red Terran player. It is Nick. And in the top left-hand corner, it is the blue Zerg player, Florencio, with the Samwise DDA placement holder for what should be in that spinning logo there. We'll see if it ever actually loads or not. So yeah, man, Florencio's been learning Zerg. He's been learning Terran. He's been terrorizing people with all sorts of crazy, dirty, filthy builds from this dude. I love him. I like him a lot. He streams a lot. Link to his Twitch channel in the description of this video. And I just like Florencio games because they're not normal. They are never ever normal. That's an extractor first here out of Florencio at about 18 supply. So he's not doing the standard little hatch gas pool play. Oh, he proxy hatched on this right side. All right, man, let the proxy hatch begin here. This has got to be Roach, right? Usually a proxy Roach is over this way. Now, we do the SAV scout from the Terran player. This is something that Terrans have started doing more and more. For the longest time, they just waited for the Reaper, but any more recently, they're too used to cheese. They're too used to attacks that will wreck them if they don't see it coming. And if they see it coming, much easier to hold. So I love that he's going to come in and notice no expansion. If you see no expansion from your Zerg opponent at 1 minute and 30 seconds, something is crazy. Something is happening you don't know about. And I mean, I wouldn't expand, honestly. If I was Nick here, what's he doing? He's walling off. I mean, he should be walling off anyway. I'm not sure why he's not at this stage. But he is 2 racks opening here with 2 gas. This feels like a Mass Reaper play to me, which could be pretty good against what Florencio is cooking right now. But we'll see. Expansion now coming down for Florencio. Nick should be aware this doesn't make any sense. And that hatchery should already be down. There are 300 missing minerals from what Florencio is doing, and it's this right here. So I'm not sure if he's going to find it or not. He is heading back on home. And, oh, hang on. Hang on. No. Cyclone? Nope, Hellion. Wait, so much gas, though. So it is Hellion, but it's just racking up a huge gas bank. Oh, for the Ghost Academy that he's... What? Hellion Ghost? What the heck are you doing, Nick? I'm intrigued by this build. Immensely intrigued by this build. It's a 1-baser, which is honestly going to be pretty good against anything that Florencio throws over here as, again, a 2-basing Zerg versus a 1-basing Terran is a pretty even fight overall. But that's definitely a Roach war, and the Hellions are cruising out. Did he see that creep? He saw that creep. It's on his mini-map if he cares to notice, but I don't look at how not unnoticeable, but just it's hard to see on the mini-map that it's there. So Hellions can be forgiven for not noticing. Nick can be forgiven for not noticing. The Hellions should really just go in at this stage. There is a queen to stop you from roasting up all of the drones. All right, so technically a 2-base here from Florencio. Well, I mean, technically 3, just the amount of larvae that he's producing. Hellions streaming across the map right now. That has got to be a ghost. That is in fact a ghost on the way here. Is he gonna get? He's got to get a factory if he wants. He does have a factory, right? Because that's what the Hellions are. Is the armor required for nukes too? Hellions coming in. Oh my gosh! Goodbye, all of the drones in this base. He's just like, hey man. I mean, this queen can't kill all of us, can they? Oh, that drone gets stuck and trapped in a corner. But they are lining up to get roasted here. Pretty good splits. Decent splits. I cannot believe how well Florencio is hold. Wow. He held that pretty darn well. That was not nearly as many drone kills as there should have been. Only 6. Only 6 went down. The drone trapping, the queen fighting the Roach that popped out at the last second was pretty fantastic. Here comes our ghost. Steady targeting on this queen's going to be disgustingly good. Ready? There it is. Steady targeting's amazing. So good. So good against queens. And the Hellion, I'm going to stand over here out of range of the spine. I said out of range of the spine. All right, well, it's fine, I suppose. Yeah, man, just sit right over there, and that means all of the mining stops. However, Roaches and Queens are heading up to the front door of Nick. And what does he have to deal with this? Well, the answer is 2 Hellions. Not ideal. Oh, the wall. The wall. Get on top of the wall. Oh, the wall is open. Nick, why? Steady targeting is going to kill a roach, which is great, I guess. But, I mean, there are still 3 roaches and 2 queens here. The Hellions are trying to do what they can. Getting that queen would be pretty nice. But, nope. That's not going to happen either. Yeah, these... I think that might honestly be it here for the Terran player. He is still popping Hellions because that's really all he can do with this stage. The Ghost maybe could steady target again, but it doesn't have the energy for it, and he's dead anyway as the roaches do end up wrecking him right there. Yeah, man. Ghost down. SCV's fighting. Oh, Ghost coming from the other side of the map to help take down those queens. Great steady targeting up north. The Ghosts are just kind of standing here like, hey, SCVs, why don't you fight amongst yourselves here? Why don't you try to kill these roaches all by your lonesome? Steady targeting again. Bam! Roach down. Regular attacks not killing the roaches all that quickly, but the SCV's buffering so the Ghosts don't take direct hits. And that's it. That is technically a hold. It is 17 to 9 workers in favor of Nick right now. He is effectively fully saturated-ish at his main. More than Florencio, as I can tell you that much. He is trying to make roaches. He's trying to make drones here. This is a very low econ game here at 6 minutes. Working on command center and another command center. Nick's going to double expand behind this? Wow. Gutsy, and I almost want to say... I don't see how this works out. Steady targeting does end up working on one of the roaches. This guy's got 6 kills. He's running for his life. The roaches don't have speed, which is something he thanks his creator for every day. Whoever watches over ghosts, man. Whichever saint that is. The micro here is insane. Get back. Get back. Steady targeting. Bam. Roach down. Steady targeting. Man, if that didn't exist, Nick would be toast right now. That snipe, that steady targeting spell has been really, really saving his bacon here. You know what would be great is a tank. But no, 2 command centers out of Nick instead. Widow Mines I like. Widow Mines I'm actually a huge fan of here from Nick. I mean, it's 17 to 12 workers. Florencio's been doing a pretty decent job of making drones back home. Hasn't saturated his natural base at all. He's also not mining from this third across the map or whatever. No, the Widow Mines though. All right, well, okay. Something happened there. Yeah, man. Roaches steady targeting. Widow Mines and Ghost versus Roach. Who's ever seen this before? I'm going to say I absolutely 100% have not. Ghosts are trying to kill that Overlord, but in the meantime, take direct shots at the face from these roaches. More. Oh, the Widow Mines. You could burrow at the top of the ramp. Oh, that steady targeting on roaches to everybody that comes over here, though. Nick did sneak an expansion down here just outside of his main by floating it across this little terrace at Adam's Place. Is that Adam's Place, the cafe? It is Adam's Place. It's very nice, honestly, overlooking these bushes and these command centers. And that logo load, it certainly did not. That's still Samwise. This logo loaded, I don't know what it is. It's like MIT possibly, though. But yeah, man, it's just going to be roaches and more roaches here from Florencio. I don't know... Man alive, if there was a tank and a wall here, Nick would be totally fine. I don't know what he was thinking building multiple command centers. I really don't understand this at all. This Ghost, it tries calling down a nuke inside his own main base on top of himself. Cancel it. Ghost, no! Definitely a weird game. I mean, again, you click on Florencio matches because they're insane. But man, Nick, why on earth would you make 2 additional command centers when you know your opponent is just bringing roach after roach against you? You know what's really good against roaches is tanks. Like, honestly, wall off up here, make a single tank, set it back, and win. So, I mean, Florencio, crazy weird stuff for sure. Proxy roach. Definitely cheesy, definitely interesting. But still, I just kind of feel like Nick had it and lost it there. Yeah, the bunkers are going to finish, but I don't know about the Marines getting inside those bunkers. Do you? Maybe they will. Maybe Marines will get inside these bunkers and try to save the lives of these SCVs, but... Hey, Nick knows Florencio. And that's it. Florencio gets the win. Decides to kill all of these SCVs in the meantime there. Army supply was 18-2. That's a lot of roaches, man. A lot of roaches being produced. Trying to expand up here, too. What on earth was Nick thinking? Was he thinking he was going to get into a macro game with Florencio? Because that was not going to happen. Not even close. This is a sneaky twofer, by the way. I just need to point that out so nobody leaves. We have another one coming up next between Florencio and another dude. And Florencio plays Terran this time, so we'll see what the difference is there. But yeah, these roaches getting a lot done here. Nick refusing to make a tank. He wants to double expand behind his crazy proxy all-in here from Florencio. The fact that Nick did not do anything about this base despite seeing the creep, and the fact that he never made a tank, and the fact that he never rewalled is just, it's a little bit mind-boggling here. APM check 139 to 128. I think Florencio's MMR with Zerg is not all that high. So I don't think he's going against fellow masters at this level. But nevertheless, Nick held out pretty well there in the end. Did drag it into a 10-minute game. Weird stuff for sure. But ghosts, man. He went ghost. He went steady targeting. He went nukes eventually. Ended up suiciding with a nuke, which is very tragic. But in the end, resources lost 7,000 for Nick and 2,500 for Florencio. That is 7 ghosts down, man. 7 ghosts for 15 roaches is totally a fair trade. I'd make any day of the week. 6 Widow Mines died, and a bunch of buildings, and 16 Hellions too. So that's what happens when you go Hellions against somebody who rushes roaches. It's super bad. Super, super bad news. All right, cool. Well, let's go ahead and check out the next game from Florencio. And yeah, don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Right, game 2. It's going to be Florencio versus Hitch on Cyber Forest, the Ladder Edition. Florencio this time is Terran. In the top left, he is red. And in the bottom right is the enemy, the Blue Zerg player, Hitch. Okay, role reversal here in game number 2. It's a TVZ, but this time Florencio is the Terran player. And yes, I'm going to assume this is a proxy SCV. Hang on a second. Maybe not. Maybe it's going to be a Battlecruiser rush. Maybe it's going to be a Liberator rush. Maybe it's going to be a Banshee rush. Maybe Cyclone rush. I just kind of feel like it's going to be a rush here from Florencio. So Overlord scouting is Hitch, not drone scouting. Which, I don't know. I kind of feel like I've changed my opinion on this a little bit. If you're going to do whatever you're going to do regardless of what your opponent is doing, then don't bother scouting, right? But if you want to be reactive to what your opponent is doing and just make sure that your strategy will work, then go ahead and worker scout. Right? Right. Okay. Glad we have that cleared up. Rax on the low ground in front of his natural for Florencio. Hatch first here from Hitch. Into a pool and an extractor into a pool. There we go. Extractor first. Into pool there. Nothing crazy from Hitch at all. He's not doing anything similar to a Ghost Rush like we saw from the last player in our game here. Well, in our cast here, the last opponent of Florencio's. Ah, see, no. You can't Planetary Fortress Rush a Zerg. Okay, so that was interesting. He came down to throw it on a base there at the 6 o'clock. He's going to come over to like the 7 o'clock and throw it on the base here instead, which I am not convinced I know what the difference is here, Florencio. I really don't know. But if you're going just for a ninja expand, that Hitch isn't going to scout. I guess this is a little bit less likely to be seen than this one is. Maybe. I'm going to tell you, as a Zerg player, I would not scout this base for a while in a ZVT, if ever. Marine in production here from Florencio. He's got 1 gas, 2 workers on the gas, and I don't know. That could be on purpose. That could be entirely by accident as well. Yeah, it could totally be an accident at the same time. Factory coming up. at the wall here for Florencio, and still no third base out of Hitch. He's probably going to go for one about now, though, about 2.5 minutes, if he's going for standard macro-style play here versus, there we go, versus the Terran. He is checking to see, he is actually waiting for 300 minerals at this corner because he's worried about Hellions showing up. Overlord sees a lack of an expansion here from the Terran player. It says, but then he gets one. So he says it's not a, it's not a one racks expand. There's definitely a factory out here at this point, but the factory should be done if this was a 1-1-1 build, and it's not. So this should be setting off warning bells in Hitch's head. Either that or Florencio was bad, which is entirely a possibility too. That is the problem with scouting at the lower levels, is sometimes players are just bad, and sometimes what you should be concerned by doesn't look like it because maybe your opponent doesn't know what they're doing. Because, yeah, those are the options here. Either that factory is late because Florencio is bad, or because he threw a command center out somewhere else, or has another proxy of some kind happening. Those are your two options. So Hitch needs to make a decision there as to what is going on. But he's getting a lair pretty quickly here, about a 3.5 minute lair. Saturating pretty effectively, spreading creep between his bases to some extent. Probably should put a tumor here if he wants to really make that happen. Making a Baneling nest, which I'm a huge fan of here. And yeah, really just macroing up at the same time. Making more drones, getting speed, getting additional gas. Florencio getting additional gas from this, again, two. Now he's got 3 on both refineries inside the main base. There is your starport. There's your engineering bay right after starport. Florencio, what are you up to, my friend? What shenanigans are you trying to visit here? Upon our Zerg player, double Widowmine shot. Oh, this one doesn't fire. There we go. Double Widowmine to get rid of the Overlord who scouts. That is a crazy play. That is not something you see in StarCraft in general. But at this point, just blind Spore Crawler here inside the natural base. That's a Spine, actually. Spine Crawler here inside the natural base. And that's a Fusion Core. All right. So Fusion Core after Engineering Bay, which I guess maybe to Planetary Fortress, this Sneaky Ninja expands so it doesn't die as easily as it otherwise would. That's what the gas is for here, man. That's why he has 4 gas. So that is going to be for Battle Cruiser Supreme right now. Liberator in production. He's got 6 gas. Florencio does. What on earth? This is nothing other than Battle Cruiser Rush. He's going to have all the gas in the entire world. He could probably make 2 Battle Cruisers at a time if he makes another starport. With a total of 6 Vespene Geysers being harvested from simultaneously. That's a lot. So Hitch here is going to want to have a bunch of queens. I mean, at this point, Aspire would not do him amiss. These Spine Crawlers are not going to help. Florencio's not interested in coming at you with Hellions, man. Not even the teeniest or tiniest of bits. It is Battle Cruiser. It is Liberator. These are the things. Overlord does actually check this location, so Florencio's game sense was accurate. He's like, if I expand here, that'll get scouted. But if I expand here, it won't, and so far he is correct on that assessment. As, nope, has not been seen by the Zerg player at all. Overlord's got to see if there's a third base over this way. There's not. So again, you assume it's a 2-basing Florencio, but it isn't. So, I mean, at this stage... Oh, he does have 2 starports. Where's the other one? Does he have it? Oh, it is down here. Okay. Alright, so it's going to be a Liberator Battlecruiser play. Which makes sense if you think about it. The one thing that can really handle Battlecruisers are queens. And if you set up some Liberators to protect them from the Battlecruisers wrecking everything, that is actually pretty evil. And pretty sinister. Out of Florencio here, I say, speaking on behalf of Zerg players everywhere. So, yeah, is that a... What the what? Planetary Fortress here at the natural for Flo. He's floating his command center with his SCVs. Very slowly towards the Zerg base. What in the name of Fergus McDootson are you doing here, Florencio? There's the jump. Right on top of a Spore, by the way. That was a blind jump. He did not know. So he's moving out of range of the Spore. He's going to kill this Queen. He's going to kill this Hydralisk. In about 2.5 seconds. Overseer going to get shot to death here as well. I like how he's following the Battlecruiser as though that makes a difference at all. And you can't... Oh, he unloads the SCVs inside the main base with the command center. Liberator sets up shop over this way. Battlecruiser has 5 total kills. He's going to repair the beast seat. Spine Crawler killing SCVs. Abort! Abort mission. Pull back. Only 2 SCVs remain. Ling's trying to get up here. Widowmine's destroying and obliterating most of them. The Marines could step up 2 feet and probably handle this if you want to, but there's a Planetary Fortress there anyway. Maybe just let them in. and let the PF have a good time. But yeah, this Liberator battlecruiser thing. Oh my, he sets up on the lair. The Hydra's getting destroyed, trying to save it. Oh, the repair barely keeps the Liberator alive here. Drones trying to get out. Or maybe kill the repairing SCVs. They do kill the repairing SCV. But then mules get called down. This base is in shambles. Overseer makes it up into the main base, but nothing else does here from the army of Hitch. Yeah, Battlecruiser has 15 kills. Liberator with 12. This Liberator has 0 because she's a slacker and gets killed by Hydralisks for it. This Battlecruiser might actually go down. There are Spores fighting. There are Hydras fighting, so he jumps back home. This Liberator dies as well. The Hydras do manage to actually save the day. If Florencio didn't fly in range of Spores as much as he had there, I think he might have been in a better position. But if he lands the command center he used to lift those SEVs into the main base, and he makes it a planetary fortress. That's hilarious. That is so funny. This other battlecruiser, though, because why not? Florencio making battlecruisers all the time, and then just jumps them home. Yeah, this is just going to be a lesson in why you don't make Hydras versus battlecruisers. Oh, gosh. At the planetary fortress, too. Hey, repair me, SCV. There you go. Good job. Repair me from the ground, magically, somehow. I'm not even gonna ask how you're doing that. The answer is probably just straight up magic. SUVs working by the light of their own lights, of their arc welders or whatever the heck they have here. They look like just drilled. Did you? Wow, Battlecruiser flew all the way back to be repaired, which is amazing. Spore after spore after spore here from Hitch, though. And again, just stay away from the spores. They're not that fast. Killing overlords. Trying to kill overlords. Not really succeeding all that well. Queen Hydra fighting. And this BC jumps out. He's not attacking without an ability to jump right now, which is really smart by him. Jump is now done for this battlecruiser with 15 kills. And yeah, I think just attacking straight on into this is the right idea. Yeah, Hydras are doing more damage to you than the Queens are at this stage. He was just playing it safe there. I think he probably could have taken those guys down, but better safe than sorry. Roaches. There's 21 kills on this planetary fortress. Has Hitch just been absolutely running dudes into this all the livelong day? Battlecruiser at home says no. 14 kills on this BC. 18 kills on this BC. Roach is coming over. Planetary Fortress BC enough to kill them. And yeah, this is just... These Lings are going for a run-by. Oh, hang on. Oh, they made a dodge towards the Planetary Fortress and died as a result. 2 BCs is just... At this point, you're in trouble as Zerg. 2 BCs with barely full HP. Another one jumps over here, too, after handling the Lings inside the main base. SCV's fighting, and that's your good game. Florencio does get your win here in your sneaky twofer. Battlecruiser with 22 kills here today. 18 on that one. 8 on the other one. And Florencio really wants that Terran XP, it looks like. He's going to stay in here and kill all of Hitch's buildings. All right. Well, we're going to disable the sound to continue. But yeah, this is what you get. You get dirty, stinky, smelly cheese when you play against Florencio. He's not even playing under like a cheese or a Barco name or anything else, an alternate ID. Smurf name, I guess. I don't know what it would be. Yeah, I just 22, 18. Pretty good stuff. Good jumping out there, too. I don't think he lost a single battlecruiser. Nope. 7,500 resources lost for Hitch, 1,800 for Florencio. I mean, that's... That's what you do. That's how this works. Yeah, again, I just want to point that back to the Liberator combined with the Battlecruiser. It slows down your attack a little bit, but Man, Liberators are so good at killing stuff, so good at killing anything that comes up towards your battlecruiser to wreck it, that it's awesome. It's going to be really, really good. It's a good combination, and honestly, seeing that on ladder would make me rage. So yeah, 17 Hydras went down, 15 Roaches, 9 Queens died. I mean, Hitch did a pretty good job producing Queens constantly that game, but all of them died in exchange for 1 Marine, 3 Liberators, 7 SCVs, all of them which came across the map to try to repair, 2 Widow Mines, and a couple buildings at the front. Like, that is just efficiency to the max right there. Woo! All right. Well, that is going to be it from me. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you see. Go ahead and find me on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and Patreon, as always. Until next time, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.